Hello, very good afternoon to you all. So we are back again with our new lecture that is on English grammar. Not lecture in terms, but rather we can say our lecture that will be based upon building concepts. Okay, so we will try to solve questions today that we have already framed in our first class, and then we will try to move on to our paragraph section, which actually will deal with what are other technical details and what are the short tricks that can also be used in order to understand and correctly mark those question examination. Okay, so till now we have actually covered our in yesterday's class. In fact, we have covered nouns, for example, and we have discussed 2 to 3 MCQs based upon those nouns. For example, what is collective noun, how a collective noun is used with being a first letter being a capital, and the second letter, if it is appearing at the end of a sentence, it must represent it should and must represent itself to that lowercase letter. Okay, uppercase and lowercase, always remember. Now in today's class, what I have done is I have included some questions. For example, this is something that we do every day. For example, one day one word, where we actually try to see the meaning corresponding to one particular word in relation to what are the synonyms and what are the antonyms. Okay, so we have actually defined our class in such a way that it can definitely help us to cover a small bit, or we can say to cover a bit of each topic, each part, in such a way that each and everything in combination or as a whole definitely helps us in order to have a clear understanding, in order to have a clear comprehension of all those parameters relating to CSIR. Okay, now, so the word of the day today is metaphysical. Okay, remember, whenever we witness this term, that is metaphysical, we actually try to refer to all those other concepts which actually does not exist, or we can say we cannot be sensed through our senses. Okay, for example, we have senses like, for example, visual perception, by sense of smell, by sense of touch. But metaphysical concepts are such that we cannot see. Rather, we have defined it in terms of certain parameters. It means whatsoever comes under the category of idealism, okay, whatsoever comes under the category of idealism itself will imply the metaphysical concepts. Okay, so since also I'm from literature background, I can relate this word more through literature, through literary analysis, but that won't serve our purpose in today's class. Okay, so what is metaphysics? Metaphysics is something that relates itself to the concepts and the reality. And just hold for a second. Okay, so I'm so sorry for this technical for this fault. Okay, so what we're discussing is that metaphysical is something which actually relates itself to the concepts and reality which is beyond the perceptible. Okay, always remember those 5 senses that we have. We cannot perceive those concepts through these 5 senses. Okay, sense, touch, hear, seeing. Okay, so whenever we refer to the term metaphysical, we are actually referring also to what is highly abstract. Abstract means something which we have an idea, and we have defined it through our experience. Okay, and neither, not on the basis of any logic, or we can say neither on the basis of neither and nor. Okay, always remember, neither should be followed first, nor should followed by it later. Okay, so neither we have defined it in terms of some we can say arbitrariness. Okay, and nor we have divided in terms of our experience. Rather, we have defined these metaphysical concepts on the basis of idealism. Always remember, and whenever you will have a look to the synonyms, you will definitely see the word ideal, the word conceptual, abstruse, abstract. Okay, these are the synonymous words with metaphysical, where we are also talking about philosophical. It means something we actually thinks that it should be. Okay, it should be always referred by our concepts, conceptual. Okay, mystical means it will connote in terms of religion concept. Okay, whenever we talk about something which pertains itself to the idea, to the belief of religion, we can say to God, we definitely say that it is something mystical. Okay, esoteric, spiritual, okay, ideational. Okay, ideational means something that is itself an extension of an idea. For example, let's say when we say truth, okay, when we say beauty, all these concepts of truth and beauty are actually metaphysical concepts, because we have no parameter how to measure them, how to define them. It's just we have a certain frame of reference through which we try to understand the meaning of these terms. Okay, and always remember, metaphysical concepts are always comparative in nature. Okay, always comparative in nature. Whenever we say comparative, what does it mean? It means that we cannot assign values to any we can say characteristics. Okay, it can only be defined when we compare it with some other object. For example, if some person is saying, if some person says that we should be truthful, it means we are actually referring to all other category who are actually being truthful or not being at all. Okay, so these are the differences, these are the basic things that we need to keep in mind while we are dealing with this word metaphysical. So whenever we talk about metaphysical, we always talk about which cannot be perceptible, which are not based upon any perception. Okay, so the antonym will be something which is real. Okay, whenever we have understanding of the word metaphysical, we have defined in terms of something which is not existing in physical world, in real world, something which is comprehended by each and every individual. Okay, so the antonyms will be concrete. Concrete means something which can be defined, which have a definite boundary. Factual means something which has some information, something which has some facts. Okay, what is earthly? Earthly means something that we can touch, something which has the significance of the real life existence will be defined under the category of earthly. Okay, mundane, obvious, physical, real, material, objective, solid. All these terms are basically in similar meaning with this metaphysical. Okay, not similar, rather we can say it's an opposite. They are polar opposites. Since it's having no real existence, it will have real existence. Okay, so the reality is defined in terms of concreteness, facts, earthly, okay, mundane, obvious, physical appearance, real base, something which is materialistic, something which can have objectivity, and also solid. Okay, solid means something which has mass, which has matter. It means something which has weight is also categorized under something which is real. Okay, so this was and if you look at the sentence, okay, please have a look at the sentence that I have included here, that says your theory may be true in a metaphysical sense but not in a legal one. Okay, so metaphysical sense here means it can be true philosophically. Okay, it can be true philosophically. Also it can be true in terms of abstractness. Okay, abstractness means property. Always remember, abstractness is adjective form. Okay, now whenever we talk about conceptual, okay, it means whenever we talk about the existence of metaphysical, we always talk in terms of actionable event. Okay, so metaphysical concepts rather is not actionable, it is something which is defined. Okay, defined through a frame of reference. Okay, so I hope the second is the gift shop at the crossroads features metaphysical supply. Metaphysical supply means the gift shop having something which is very unique in terms of its existence. Always try to remember that any word does not have any particular or fixed meaning, rather they refer themselves according to the uses they have in their syntactic structure. Okay, what is syntax? Syntax means the structure of a sentence, when words are arranged in such a manner, in such a combination, that it will always present itself in a meaningful way, that we define under the category of syntax. Okay, so those structure which can define these concepts conceptually will be categorized under metaphysical. Okay, so I think you have understood now what is the word metaphysical, what is its synonym, what is its antonym. Okay, always remember, metaphysical is adjective. What is adjective? Remember, noun is something which defines a person, place, or thing. It's something which defines whatsoever noun that has been used there. Okay, so the definition of a noun in terms of its characteristics is categorized under the term adjective. So metaphysical concepts, for example, truth. Ram is a very truthful person. Actually, it is identifying, it is defining the noun Ram in terms of what are characteristics, what are the qualities of that particular person. Okay, so remember the usage of this word. Now we will move forward, where we will today talk about, I have also included 2 slides on the basis of how one words, just a second. Okay, guys, I think due to some technical issues, we need to resume. We need to resume from here tomorrow. Okay, so we will start from here on Monday. We are facing some problem regarding technical issues. Okay, so we will definitely continue from here, and we will try to solve more and more questions. Till then, please to have a look to the previous videos that we have recorded till now. See you on Monday.